All right, welcome. If you're a project controls apprentice, you know your job is way more than just tracking things. It's about being the guide, the navigator for the entire project. Today, we are going to zero in on one crucial skill, S25. And trust me, this isn't just another box to tick on your list. This is the skill that takes you from someone who just looks at data to someone who provides real, valuable insight. We're going to break down exactly what it is, how you can get good at it, and most importantly, how to prove you've nailed it for your assessment. So to make this all feel real, we're going to follow the story of Jody. Now, Jody is a level 6 project controls apprentice over at a big retailer, Iva Stores. And guess what? She is facing the exact same challenge that you are right now.
Jody is on a mission, and it's not just about getting something signed off in her portfolio. Nope. It's about truly mastering a core skill, S25. This is the thing that turns an apprentice into the project's most trusted navigator. It's a game changer. So here's our roadmap for today. We are going to follow Jody's journey step by step. We'll start with her just trying to get her head around the concept, and we'll follow her all the way to acing her final assessment. Honestly, think of this as your personal playbook for mastering S25. Okay, first up, the quest. Before Jody can even think about mastering S25, she's got to understand it, right? So what exactly is this skill? What's this challenge she's up against at Iva Stores, and why on earth is it so important for her job? So at its heart, S25 sounds pretty simple, but in the real world, it is incredibly powerful. It's all about your ability to spot the difference, the gap between where the project should be and where it actually is. You basically become the project's lookouts, spotting icebergs while there's still just little specks on the horizon. But here's the thing, you can't spot a deviation if you don't have a map of the original route, right? For any project, that map is called the baseline. It's that perfect world plan that you measure absolutely everything against. Jody's mentor, a guy named Adam, gives her this brilliant way to think about it. The baseline isn't just some boring pile of documents. It is the Google Maps route for your project. It's that perfect, ideal plan you start with. It's your single source of truth. And this is so important. This map isn't just one thing. It's actually made up of 3 essential parts. You've got the scope, that's your destination, what you're actually building. You've got the schedule, that's your route, your turn-by-turn directions. And you've got the cost, that's the fuel in the tank for the journey. Jody learns pretty quickly that she has to keep a close eye on all 3 all the time. Now, let's be real. Journeys almost never go exactly to plan, do they? There are always traffic jams, road closures, detours. In project controls, we call these variations, and Jody's next big step is learning how to spot them in the wild. Adam doesn't just lecture her with theory. He shows Jody a real-life example from a marketing campaign she's actually working on. And you can see it right here. On the left, that's the Google Maps plan. On the right, well, that's the messy reality of the journey. The task took 3 extra days, it cost $2 grand more, and they missed one of their key milestones. This, right here, is a variation in action. And here it is. This is the moment of truth for any apprentice. I mean, seeing the numbers is one thing, but Jody asks the single most important question in all of project controls. So what? Right? Why should her manager, Riedel, actually care about a 3-day delay or a couple £1,000s? What does it mean? Answering that so what question, that is the absolute core of skill S25. It's all about assessing the impact. This is the part where Jody stops being just a data collector and becomes a project analyst. She's figuring out what that detour actually means for the rest of the trip. Now, to do this like a pro, you need the right tools in your toolkit. So Adam introduces Jody to a really key technique called Earned Value Management, or EVM. Think of it like the advanced diagnostic system you plug into your project's engine to see what's really going on under the hood. Using EVM, Jody gets real, hard data, not just a gut feeling. First, she calculates the Schedule Performance Index, the SPI. It comes out at 0.8. What does that mean? Well, it means for every hour of work they plan to do, they're only getting about 48 minutes of progress done. Yikes. Then the Cost Performance Index, the CPI. It's 0.9. That means for every single pound they spend, they're only getting 90 pence of actual value back. Now this is the hard evidence her manager Riddle needs to see. Okay, so Jody has spotted the detour, she's calculated the impact, but the job's not done yet. The final and maybe most critical piece of the puzzle is communication. She now has to be the co-pilot and clearly, calmly explain the situation to her manager, Riedel. You know, this whole process follows a really clear, structured path. And this isn't just Jody's plan, it's your plan. You start by understanding the map. Then you learn to spot the detours. You figure out the delay, you report it, and finally, you become a master at navigating all these challenges. It's a journey.
So, Jody doesn't just burst into Rydell's office yelling, "We're late and over budget." No way. She prepares a professional variation report. It outlines the problem with the data to back it up, it explains the impact on the final delivery date and the budget, and, this part is absolutely key, it proposes potential corrective actions to get the project back on track. Okay, let's bring this all home, because it's one thing to watch Jody's journey, but you have to prove that you've been on your own. So, how do you actually evidence your mastery of S25 for your portfolio on AppTeam and for your endpoint assessment?
Right. For your portfolio on the APTM platform, you need to collect the proof from your own journey. This is how you show your skill in action. So you're going to want to upload the baseline documents, show them the actual reports where you identified a variation. You definitely want to include your EVM calculations, your CPI and SPI, and the corrective actions you proposed. You know what? Even the minutes from meetings where you talked about these issues. That stuff is solid gold.
Now, Jody's coach, Olivia, gives her this fantastic tip for the endpoint assessment. The assessors, they don't just want a dry list of facts. They want you to tell them a story. So frame your answer with 3 simple questions. What was the problem? So what? Why did it even matter? And now what? What did you actually do about it? Practice telling your own S25 success story out loud. It really helps.
So there you have it. You've seen how Jody went from an apprentice, a little unsure of things, to a really confident project navigator. Now it is your turn. When you go back to your desk tomorrow, I want you to look at your project's baseline, then look at the reality and ask yourself, what's the first detour, the first variation you are going to identify, assess, and report on? Your journey to mastering S25 starts right now.